Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in relaxation, and as you exhale, allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, get a sense that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. As you continue to breathe in that relaxation, and get a sense that you're releasing any tension, any stress, any worries. Let them go and feel that they're leaving your body in that outward breath. On the next inward breath, breathe in deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale, just elongate that outward breath, slower and longer, creating a vacuum there in your diaphragm so that you naturally breathe deeper, longer, and slower. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And I wonder if you can use the power of your imagination to imagine going all the way back to a specific river. Perhaps you can recall from university days. I want you to imagine this river just before sunset. Enough light in the sky to comfortably walk by that river, but not dazzling. Not hot sunshine, just feel a sense of calm, tranquility as you imagine walking by that river. I want you to feel that there is something calming about the flow of the water. In many ways, the flow of water in a river can represent time. It only flows in one direction. I want you to get a sense that whatever happens in your life is almost like a branch, a twig, a leaf on that river. It's there temporary and then it flows forward. And I want you to walk to a place in this river where you can see almost unusual shapes there. But when you look at them from a particular perspective, it creates something that can only be seen from that unique perspective. To anyone else, from any other location, it looks random and disjointed. But in that specific spot, it all makes sense. You can see something, but only from that location. I want you to get a sense that the sun is now setting. Maybe you can see orange, pinks, colors there in the sky. Still staring into this strange, fascinating sculpture. And then nearby, I want you to see an old-fashioned gas lamp that just seems to magically have lighted. It's not like an electric light. I want you to get a sense that this has history, connotations. And I want you to get a sense that in the same way that this gas lamp is burning brightly, I want you to think about a certain energy that exists within you, and that, just as you can turn up a gas lamp, is turning up inside you. And you might call it desire or libido, or a sense of inner confidence. But just imagine that inner energy within you turning up as you get a sense of feeling, a real deep sense that you have more of that very resource. Now stare into that lamp, see it burning brightly as the sunset turns into dusk, and you're now staring into a gas lamp. Notice the shape of it, the brightness of it, and as you stare into that, sometimes you stare into a shape, a light. Your eyes defocus and you can daydream and drift. And I want you to imagine drifting back in time as an observer. And I want you to see a version of you from your past where you were at your most confident when it comes to dating and relationships. There is no timid version of you here, no anxious version, no analytical or overthinking version of you. I want you to go back to the time where you had inherent, innate confidence. And I want you to see that version of you, perhaps at the moment of first meeting someone that caught your eye. See how you looked, the expression you made. That knowing what you know that that version of you had desire and attraction in that moment. And there's many people that would have that desire and attraction, but they're not the confidence to do anything with it. I want you to see that you did have the confidence to do something with it. Maybe it was asking someone on a date, maybe on a specific day. But I want you to see how you did that. Some people would hide behind letters or text messages. Maybe you did it face to face or over a phone call. I want you to see that how you went about it has a presupposition that the confidence was inherently within you. I want you to see that maybe there was a challenge, something that made it more difficult, and yet you solved that challenge. You deployed your resources to make this thing happen. Observe yourself, maybe in a first date or a second or third date, but see how effortless the conversation flowed, how natural it was for you to smile, how attentive you were to subtle clues. You're just the observer of a memory, but see that the confidence existed within you. No question of, were you ready? No concern whether or not someone would get hurt, because you knew that your intentions were good, positive, respectful. Not only was there an absence of fear, but you were brimming and oozing confidence. Maybe see you with a certain level of charisma. Look for the tells, the clues that all of that was there. And when you have a sense that this version of you has the resource that you require and desire now in abundance, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. So I want you to imagine rewinding these memories and then stepping into that version of you just before you met this person. You're now in your body, feeling like you felt back then, and just feeling that instant feeling of attraction. What did you notice? Was it the eyes, a smile, a body shape, complexion of the skin, the hair? There was something you noticed that enabled you to intuitively come to the conclusion that there was real, authentic attraction. And maybe what followed is an intuitive desire to follow that up, coming up with reasons to say hello or have conversations. Feel like you're back in your body at that point of inviting them out for a date. Perhaps you felt a sense of elation, excitement, at the point where a date is agreed, a time is confirmed. I want you to get a sense that feel like you're back in your body during that date where you ooze that confidence. Breathe the same way you were breathing back then. And at the point where you feel you've got this resource in abundance, I want you to recall perhaps that you were wearing a watch, and I want you to touch that watch in a unique way to feel that you are harnessing this resource, that if you ever need this resource in the future, touching your watch in the same way, you can bring about those same feelings. That's it. I want you to see perhaps how that date ended. Maybe there were certain qualities you admire in yourself, like charisma or chivalry, confidence or a certain humor. Again, feel that you are amplifying those feelings. I want you to relive the moment that you felt incredible, connected to a moment of intimacy. Maybe a kiss, a hug, a touch, or something else. But at the point where it felt natural, nothing was forced, nothing was expected, a natural sense that it was just the right thing to do. When you feel that sense of comfort and ease connected to that, touch the watch in a slightly different way. It's good to harness confidence, but it's also good to harness the comfort, the relaxation, the naturalness. That's it. I want you to recall a moment where you were no longer in the same proximity, but you felt elation, a real spring in your step, a real strut. And again, touch the watch in a slightly different way. That feeling of all of that oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin flooding through your body. Some people call that love, some people call it connection, some people call it chemistry. Whatever you call it, feel that that's what you're seeking. I want you to get a sense that these wonderful feelings carry some element of risk, but you were fearless back then and you can be fearless again. No risk, no reward. Feel comfortable rolling the dice to lead to wonderful experiences. I want you to get a sense that you're leaving that version of you, but keeping the feelings inside you. The ideal balance of head and heart, passion and perspective. And then find yourself staring into a gas lamp by the side of a river, feeling that you've activated and rekindled something powerful within you. You stare into that lamp. I want you to imagine seeing yourself at your current age, perhaps a week or two from now, maybe even a few days from now. But see yourself on a date. But see yourself with those qualities that you had back then. The way you talk, the way you walk, you are oozing that confidence, brimming with charisma, going with the flow, no expectations, no obligations, See yourself free of any baggage you've been holding on to. There is a lightness, a freeness to you. And you can tell that by how you're talking, how you're walking. But I want you to see that if you make the evaluation to take things further, then see yourself as the one initiating. See yourself touching your watch in a particular way to activate more of these kind of feelings. See yourself with nothing to lose. You either win or you learn. Whatever happens is an improved experience from doing nothing. But there is a feeling of freedom that you can observe in that version of you, and then see yourself progressing to a point of chemistry, of intimacy, of connection. But see yourself doing that in a way where it's synergistic, good for you and good for them. I want you to get a sense that certain things everyone benefits from. I want you to get a sense that that confident, free version of you that doesn't have that anxiety is now able to let natural desires and urges float back to the surface where it belongs. And if you could see that future version of you seeming more relaxed, more comfortable, more confident, willing to initiate with all the options and none of the obligations, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. I want you to get a sense that you have now primed your conscious and unconscious mind to activate this version of you. And I want you to think of not being on a date, but getting ready for a date, but now in your own body. I want you to think of taking a shower, putting on certain clothes, maybe even wearing a particular fragrance, and all of these things start to trigger this feeling. The feeling of water on your skin in the shower triggers this feeling. The fabric of clothes on your body triggers this feeling. The watch on your wrist triggers this feeling. Even the fragrance. And when you find yourself in that date, you will find it impossible not to notice things and qualities that you find attractive. Maybe it's a perspective, an eye color, a fragrance, a smell, a physical touch. Your brain will drift towards attractive qualities. And when it notices those attractive qualities, don't be surprised if a gas lamp in you goes from a dull flame to a bright flame. Intuitively, it just happens. I want you to get a sense that your optimism levels for future dates and relationships are now sky high. You just have a sense that things are going to go well without knowing specifically why. There will be an ease, a comfort, a sense of going with the flow in any future dates, giving you all of the options, but no obligations. Nothing you have to do, and just things that you could do or get to do. No expectations, just appreciating when good things happen. And as you hold that thought, find yourself staring back into an old lamp by a river. It's nighttime now, but you get a sense that something has shifted, something has changed. That you've replaced an unresourceful emotion with something very resourceful, and that feels good. So it's time to imagine walking back from that river, back to the here and the now. So take a deep breath, in through your nose, and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the here and the now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.